Hello, guys. My name is Sweetie. I am from America. Today, I have brought an emotional and unbelievable historical story for you. After listening to this story, your heart will feel peace and wonder. Today, we are going to learn some amazing facts and hidden truths about the world-famous Taj Mahal. So watch and listen carefully till the end, because this story of love, beauty, sacrifice, and history will completely change the way you see the Taj Mahal forever. When former American President Bill Clinton visited India and saw the Taj Mahal, he reportedly said that there are only two kinds of people in this world: those who have seen the Taj Mahal and those who have not. There are many beautiful buildings in the world, but none are like the Taj Mahal, because this monument was built by a king who poured his heart and soul into its foundation. Many tourists who visit the Taj Mahal do not know that what they usually see is actually the backside of the monument. The royal entrance of the Taj Mahal originally faced the riverside. During the Mughal period, the Yamuna River was the main route to reach the Taj Mahal. Kings and royal guests arrived by boat. There used to be a large riverside platform called a chabutra, but today it no longer exists. Many people believe that Emperor Shah Jahan cut off the hands of the workers who built the Taj Mahal. However, historians say there is no real evidence for this claim. Some believe that Shah Jahan instead gave lifetime salaries to the workers and made them sign agreements that they would never build another monument like the Taj Mahal again. The four minarets surrounding the Taj Mahal are not perfectly straight. They lean slightly outward. This was done intentionally so that if an earthquake ever occurred, the minarets would fall away from the main tomb and protect the central structure from damage. Many people think Qutub Minar is taller than the Taj Mahal, but the Taj Mahal is actually slightly taller. The Taj Mahal stands about 73 meters high, while Qutub Minar is around 72.5 meters tall. The Taj Mahal is also famous for having some of the most beautiful calligraphy in the world. At the grand entrance gate, inscriptions welcome visitors with words asking the soul to rest peacefully in the presence of God. These inscriptions were written in the Thuluth script. The master calligrapher Abdul Haq was brought from Iran for this work. Shah Jahan was so impressed by his artistic talent that he gave him the title Amanat Khan. The construction materials for the Taj Mahal were gathered from many parts of the world. White marble was brought from Makrana in Rajasthan. Jade and crystal came from China. Lapis lazuli arrived from Afghanistan. Jasper came from Punjab. Sapphire was brought from Sri Lanka, and carnelian stones came from Arabia. In total, 28 types of precious stones were used in the monument. More than 1,000 elephants were used to transport these materials to Agra. Construction of the Taj Mahal began in 1631 and was completed in 1653 after 22 years of hard work. Thousands of workers, artists, and craftsmen participated in building this masterpiece. Experts from many countries contributed their skills. Marble carvers came from Bukhara in Iran. Calligraphy artists also came from Iran. Stone sculptors were brought from Baluchistan. The decorative techniques used in the walls were inspired by Italian craftsmanship. During the revolt of 1857, British soldiers damaged parts of the Taj Mahal and removed many precious stones from its walls, including lapis lazuli and other valuable gems. The top part of the main dome was once made of gold. In the 19th century, the golden finial was replaced with a bronze one. Nobody knows exactly who designed the Taj Mahal. Historians believe that a group of 37 architects from different parts of the world worked together to create its final design. When the foundation of the Taj Mahal was being built, many deep wells were dug around the structure. These wells were filled with stone, bricks, ebony wood, and mahogany wood to strengthen the foundation. Foundation. These special woods become stronger when they absorb moisture. The nearby Yamuna River provided that moisture for centuries. But today, the water level of the Yamuna is decreasing, and because of this, cracks reportedly appeared in parts of the Taj Mahal around 2010. In 1989, an Indian writer named P.N. Oak published a book called Taj Mahal, The True Story. In the book, he claimed that the Taj Mahal was originally a Shiva temple called Tejo Mahalaya. In 2000, he even approached the Supreme Court of India, asking for excavation around the Taj Mahal to prove his theory. However, the court rejected the request. According to the Archaeological Survey of India, there is no evidence supporting the claim that the Taj Mahal was once a Shiva temple. Historical records clearly state that Shah Jahan built the Taj Mahal. Another popular story says that Shah Jahan wanted to build a black Taj Mahal across the Yamuna River for himself using black marble. But historians say this story is most likely fictional because excavations found no evidence of such a structure. The design of the Taj Mahal is believed to have been inspired by Humayun's tomb. Humayun was Shah Jahan's great-aunt, grandfather, and his tomb influenced many Mughal architectural masterpieces in India. During World War II, the Indian government covered the Taj Mahal with bamboo scaffolding to hide it from enemy bombers, planes, and protect it from German and Japanese air attacks. Similar protective measures were also used during the India-Pakistan Wars of 1965 and 1971. Many buildings around the world were inspired by the Taj Mahal. One famous example in India is Bibi Ka Maqbara in Aurangabad, Maharashtra. It was built by Mughal Prince Azam Shah in memory of his mother Dilras Banu Begum. Although it looks similar to the Taj Mahal, its dome is smaller and much of the structure is made from plaster instead of marble. The Taj Mahal became most famous because of the emotional love story behind its construction. Emperor Shah Jahan built it in memory of his beloved wife, Mumtaz Mahal. Her real name was Arjuman Banu Begum. Shah Jahan gave her the title Mumtaz Mahal, meaning the most precious jewel of the palace. Mumtaz Mahal died at the age of 38 while giving birth to her 14th child in Burhanpur. Shah Jahan was heartbroken after her death. It felt as if his entire world had collapsed. In her memory, he ordered the construction of the Taj Mahal. At first, Mumtaz Mahal was buried in Burhanpur. Later, when the Taj Mahal was under construction, her body was moved to a garden near the construction site. For 22 years, her remains stayed there, until the Taj Mahal was completed. She was finally buried beneath the main dome of the Taj Mahal. While Shah Jahan focused all his attention on building the Taj Mahal, his own son Aurangzeb attacked Agra and imprisoned him. When Shah Jahan was asked what he wanted during his imprisonment, he said he wished to stay in a place from where he could see the Taj Mahal directly. His wish was granted. During his final years, Shah Jahan spent his days looking at the Taj Mahal from his prison chamber. Eventually, he died there. After his death, he was buried beside Mumtaz Mahal inside the Taj Mahal itself. Today, the Taj Mahal is known across the world as the greatest symbol of love. Rabindranath Tagore once described the Taj Mahal as a tear on the cheek of time. Shah Jahan understood that wealth, power, and kingdoms would disappear one day. He wanted to create something eternal, something that would survive forever in memory of his beloved wife. Today, the king is gone. His empire is gone. But the Taj Mahal still stands proudly under the moonlight, telling the centuries-old story of love between two souls. For hundreds of years, it has continued sharing this emotional story with the world, and it will continue to do so for generations to come. If you enjoyed this beautiful historical story, then please like the video, share it with the person you love the most, and comment below with your thoughts about the Taj Mahal. Stay safe, stay happy, and I will see you again in the next video. Hello everyone, my name is Sweetie, and today I have brought you a powerful motivational story that can completely change the way you think about your future and success. This story will teach you how a person can rise from nothing and build a successful life just by changing their mindset and believing in themselves. So listen carefully till the very end, because this story may inspire you to move forward in life and achieve something great in the future. There is a famous saying that a person becomes as great as their thoughts. This is an eternal truth that has been proven again and again through the lives of successful people. In his famous book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill said that whatever a person continues to think about eventually becomes the reality of their life. Do most people fail to become successful? Is it because they never truly think? Or because they never discover the hidden potential inside themselves? Today's story will answer all of these questions. Once upon a time, at a crowded railway station in a large city, there lived a beggar. Every single day, he survived by begging from passengers sitting inside the trains arriving at the station. That railway station had become his entire world. From morning till night, he moved from one train compartment to another, asking strangers for money so he could fill his empty stomach and survive another day. One day, while begging inside a train, the beggar noticed a wealthy businessman sitting near the window. The man was dressed in an expensive suit and looked rich, confident, and successful. Immediately thought, this man must be very wealthy. If I ask him for money, he will surely give me more than everyone else. The beggar quickly walked toward the businessman and stretched out his hand for alms. But instead of giving him money, the wealthy businessman looked directly into his eyes and asked, "Do you always ask people for things? Have you ever given anything to someone in return?" The beggar became confused and replied softly, "Sir, I am only a beggar. I survive by asking people for money. I don't have anything valuable that I could possibly give to others." The businessman calmly replied, "If you cannot give anything to others, then you also have no right to expect things from them. I am a businessman, and I believe in exchange. If you have something to offer me, then I can give you something in return. But if you have nothing to give, then I also cannot give you anything." After saying those words, the businessman boarded the train and left the station. Meanwhile, the beggar sat silently on the platform, deeply thinking about the businessman's words. He had spent his entire life begging from people, but no one had ever spoken to him like that before. The more he thought about those words, the more he realized that the businessman was not insulting him. In fact, he was speaking the truth. The beggar started thinking, if I cannot offer something to people, then how can I expect them to keep giving me money? Maybe this is the reason why people never truly value me. I only ask from them, but I never give anything back. For the very first time in his life, the beggar began questioning his own way of living. But another thought troubled him deeply. Am only a beggar. What can I possibly give to other people? Still, somewhere inside his heart, he felt that he could not continue living his entire life only taking from others without giving something in return. For the next 2 days, the beggar kept thinking about this question. During those 2 days, he barely begged from anyone because his mind was completely occupied with one thought. What can I give people? Then, on the 3rd day, while sitting at the station, He noticed several flower plants blooming beautifully near the other side of the platform. The colorful flowers immediately gave him an idea. What if, he thought, instead of only taking money from people, I give them a flower in return? That simple idea filled him with excitement and hope. He quickly plucked some flowers and carried them with him onto the train. That day, whenever someone gave him money, he handed them a flower in return. To his surprise, people smiled warmly while accepting the flowers. Even thanked him happily. From that day onward, the beggar started bringing fresh flowers every morning. Every passenger who gave him money received a flower in return. Slowly, something unexpected started happening. People began giving him more money than before. As long as he had flowers with him, passengers happily gave him money. But whenever his flowers finished, people stopped paying much attention to him. Day after day, the same thing continued. Then, one day, while moving through a train asking for alms, the beggar suddenly saw the same businessman sitting inside the compartment. The very man whose words had completely changed his thinking. The beggar immediately rushed toward him and said excitedly, "Sir, today I have something to give you. If you give me money, I will give you flowers in return." The businessman smiled and handed him some money. In return, the beggar gave him several flowers. The businessman became impressed by the beggar's intelligence and said, "Very good. Today, you have become a businessman just like me." After saying those words, the businessman stepped off the train and disappeared into the crowd. But once again, his words deeply shook the beggar's mind. A businessman? Me? He thought. The beggar kept repeating those words inside his head again and again. He thought deeply for a long time, and suddenly something powerful changed inside him. For the first time in his life, he realized that success might also be possible for him. Until now, he had always seen himself as nothing more than a poor beggar. But today, someone had called him a businessman. The beggar suddenly jumped off the train and shouted loudly toward the sky, "I am not a beggar. I am a businessman. I can become rich too. I can become successful too." People standing around him stared at him as if he had gone mad, but they did not understand that something extraordinary had happened inside him. His identity had changed forever. And the moment a person changes the way they see themselves, their future also begins to change. The very next day, the beggar disappeared completely from the railway station. 6 months later, two well-dressed businessmen happened to meet again at the same railway station. Both of them were wearing expensive suits. They looked at each other and shook hands politely. The first man smiled and asked, "Do you recognize me?" The second man replied, "No, I don't think we've met before." The first man laughed softly and said, "We have actually met twice before on this very train. I am the same beggar whom you once told what I needed to do in life. And during our second meeting, you told me who I really was." The businessman suddenly became shocked and surprised. "Wait, are you that same beggar? The same man whom I once refused to give money to? The same man from whom I bought flowers?" "Yes," the first man replied proudly. "I was that beggar. But today I am one of the biggest flower businessmen in the city. I am now traveling to another town because of my business." The businessman smiled with amazement. After a moment of silence, the former beggar continued speaking. "The lesson you taught me that day was actually one of the greatest laws of life. We receive only when we learn to give something in return. I understood that truth deeply, but even after understanding it, I still continued seeing myself as a beggar. I never imagined myself becoming anything greater." He paused for a moment and continued. "But during our second meeting, you called me a businessman." That one sentence completely changed my thinking. I suddenly realized that people were not giving me charity anymore. They were actually buying flowers from me. They were paying for value. My flowers were cheap, beautiful, and meaningful to them. Even though the world saw me as a small flower seller, inside my own mind I was still a beggar. Your words changed my life forever. With the money I had saved, I started buying more flowers. Then I slowly built a real flower business. Today, people love flowers, and their love has made me successful. After finishing their conversation, both men stepped off the train and walked toward. Life becomes what we believe about ourselves. If you think of yourself as weak, small, or helpless, then you will remain trapped in that reality forever. But if you recognize the hidden potential inside yourself, then one day you can achieve greatness beyond imagination. Never underestimate yourself. See yourself as capable, successful, powerful, and worthy. Because the moment you're thinking, your future also begins to change. If you enjoyed this inspirational story, make sure to like the video, share it with others, and comment below about what lesson this story taught you. Thank you for listening, and I will see you again very soon with another powerful motivational story.